Hello, this is David Jenkins, a Plata Town Council member from Ward 4. I will be your host for this podcast, providing updates about the La Plata Town Council meetings, issues we discuss, and those issues affecting you as residents, and other related activities and issues. You can also follow me on my Facebook page, D. Jenkins, LP Town Council Ward 4. Please note the Town Council has work sessions each month on the second and third Tuesday, with our business meeting on the fourth Tuesday. All meetings start at 6 p.m. using the Microsoft Teams platform. Meeting agendas can be accessed through our town website, and all meetings are recorded. So now let's get started with our latest update. Hi, and welcome again to this latest episode of La Plata Ward 4 Update Podcast. This is David Jenkins, La Plata Town Council member from Ward 4, and your host for this podcast, and my companion La Plata Ward 4 video update, which is posted on YouTube. This episode is a follow-up to a previous podcast entitled La Plata's Infrastructure, Our Water System, which was posted on my podcast in July of 2023. That podcast provided background information and detail and other information about the town's water supply system and the current status. A link to that podcast will be provided in the podcast note. Now, this episode is to talk about, or my intent here is to provide some facts and context in response to myths and rumors about La Plata's ability to provide water to existing and new development. And I'll give you an example of that. I got a recent phone call from a resident that was asked or was concerned about would there be water available for folks to occupy the apartments which are now under construction at a development called Rosewick Corner, which is on Rosewick Road and is opposite on the other side of the street, opposite of Rosewick Road from the Lowe's. And therefore, does the town already has run out of water, so these particular apartments can't be occupied? So I checked and verified that information with our town, specifically our town planning director, and her response to my question was the Rosewick Corner apartments have been allocated water, and they've paid their required major facility fees. So there is no issue with respect to those units receiving their permit to occupy and live there because construction has started. So let me go through a series of facts related to that issue. Fact: no development can obtain building permits or a use or a permit to occupy unless water and sewer services are available. Fact: the town, through its Public Works Department and the Planning Department, have maintained what they call a development capacity spreadsheet. This is a tool where they track all development, including their various stages of development, and therefore their demand or impact on our water, sewer, and schools, even though the schools are a county function. I did a video of this development capacity spreadsheet back in April of 2023, and I'll provide a link to that video as well. So based upon that statement, here's some other facts. The water source for La Plata and Charles County, and really all of Southern Maryland, is from groundwater, from wells, either individual wells or civic or county wells like ours, and they come from several different aquifers under the ground. Fact: aquifers do not recognize political, artificial boundaries such as the town boundary with the county. They free flow under the ground from west to east. Fact: This groundwater is not the county water. It's not county water. It's not La Plata's water. This is a resource. Water withdrawals by the town and the county and even individual property owners with individual wells are all regulated by the Maryland Department of the Environment, MDE, through a process called Groundwater Appropriation Permit, or a GAP process, GAP. Here's another fact. The town's current ground appropriation permit, our GAP, from the Maryland Department of the Environment, allows a withdrawal of an average of 1.2 million gallons per day from two aquifers with an average of 1.8 million gallons per day during the month of highest usage. So that's what we're allowed today. Here's another fact. The town has been attempting to increase our groundwater appropriation permit from the Maryland Department of Environment for more than 20 years. Up until recent times, their response has been, we really haven't needed it. Now we do. Now, during that time, the gap of the groundwater appropriation permit that was assigned to Charles County has increased their withdrawal from the lower Patapsco aquifer. But they have not allowed us to do that because there was some concern that this aquifer may not necessarily be available for both the county and the town needs. So therefore, this requires or will necessitate that the town and the county, Charles County, work together to obtain new water sources, specifically from water that the county would purchase from the Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission, or a WSSC. There is a pipe connection up in the northern part of Charles County, which would then provide water over and above what the town has now and what the county would need as well in the future. So there are plans underway by the town to connect to the Charles County's water system through a 12-inch water main that would connect into the ongoing development of St. Charles along St. Charles Parkway. This particular pipe is located adjacent and behind Laurel Springs Park, which is a county park. So since 2008, the town has and continues to be in discussions with the Maryland Department of Environment and Charles County for a water sharing agreement. However, we have not reached any satisfactory agreement, and we have not, unfortunately, have a written agreement in place today. But we're still working with the we're still working with the county as well as Maryland Department of the Environment to come to a conclusion with this. So again, the town has been very diligent in trying to work with the county and the state to work out a water sharing agreement. So we are hopeful, I'm hopeful, that a fair and equitable agreement can be reached for our residents and overall for the residents of the Plata and Charles County, since this is a shared resource regulated by the state of Maryland. So I just wanted to give you a brief overview and some factual information to hopefully quell some rumors and myths about water supply, not only in the county, but also in the Plata. So my ask or my call to arms is the following. Please continue to ask questions. Please ask or inquire about this process to seek factual information and not necessarily rumors or myths. And finally, please, it's important that you keep engaged with the town on this and other related issues that affect our community together. So again, thank you for listening. Please email me at djenkins@townoftheplata.org with your questions and comments. Thanks again, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you for listening. This concludes the latest Plata Town Council Ward 4 update. I hope you find this podcast informative and useful. So let me know what you think. I look forward to speaking to you again and listening to your questions and concerns. To reach me, my email address is djenkins@townoftheplata.org, or my cell phone number is 301-263-3471. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.